Today's episode is brought to you by Loadless Laundry.
Doing laundry stinks.
With Loadless, you can text to get your laundry picked up, washed, folded, and returned.
You can do random pickups or get on a reoccurring schedule.
Loadless operates on an affordable monthly subscription.
You can get $10 off your first wash by entering code ADULTBABY when you subscribe.
Check them out at GoLoadless.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, voted Long Island's best podcast by a bot farm in Russia. It's the Adult Baby Show.
I'm a sweet boy.
I'll let a girl suck any part of me. I mean, honestly.
It's just in my mouth, just...
Oh, like, I'll try anything once.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Except getting to work on time.
You just ruined my day. Fuck your day.
Oh, let's get the feet involved.
It's not a nut. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud with you.
Some people
Yeah.
are absolutely
Huh?
disgusted by me.
He ain't lying.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Adult Babies Podcast, episode 329. I am B.
Chick.
I'm Ryan.
I heard that tea going down the pipes.
Sorry.
Guess who's back, everybody?
We're all back.
Guess who's back?
We're all in the same room
Back
since
again.
late January. Doesn't that feel
Recording
nice?
together. Yeah.
Recording together in
Yeah.
the same room.
Yep. It feels so good.
It does feel nice.
I had a question. So we record here sometimes, and sometimes, well, mostly, but then we record at B sometimes. But didn't you guys used to record in your basement?
No, my backyard.
In your backyard?
And garage.
And garage.
And garage.
Yeah.
Is that is that not an option? Your parents don't want that?
I
happen
didn't
anymore?
think you'd want to. We could record
travel
at my
is-
house whenever you want.
Yeah.
Definitely an option, but I'd rather wait till the weather gets a little warmer.
Of course.
I'm
It's
not,
a nice setup for the outside. Inside, I don't know where we would do it.
No, I think the garage is actually nice, and I feel like, you can make it look nice in your ways.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
doing it.
I don't mind traveling with the stuff. I was in the area
I would
today.
definitely be all about that.
I know you
Oh,
would.
no, chick would love
Nobody's
We
questioning
used to
that.
record
The
over
problem's
my
gonna-
table and yeah.
The problem is going to be getting you to not be like, hey guys, can we just record at my place this week? every week.
You give him an option,
Yeah, I
and
know.
now that's an option
Yeah,
you're
it's-
going to hear every week.
Well,
just
we
call
can do
in.
it at my house.
Yeah,
I can't do it Monday unless
unless I don't got to leave.
Give me an inch.
Yeah. I'll say this. I know it is a pain in the neck driving out here, but it does feel like we're here to do something. You know what I mean? As it is easier to not drive out here, but I do feel like, all right, I'm here to like I'm going to a show. You know what I mean?
If we did it at my house, I'd be like, all right, let's go.
You kind of get lazy with it.
well,
But also with the drive, you kind of don't want to always do it.
yeah.
So, we're in a pickle.
Should I take you off the screen? Are you
No.
gonna-
Oh, is he looking at it?
I was looking at the squares over Bean's eyes.
You have them on your eyes too, you dope.
I know we do, but your screen is right in front of me.
You got a square over your eye too, Biggie. Red dot. You got a red dot on your head too.
You got a red dot on your head too. Oh shit!
So you guys think adult baby's field trip to the garden to see Wu-Tang and Run the Jewels? Are you
I
interested
would
in that?
love to.
Man, I
This is
don't
the thing. I'm definitely going. If you guys want to do that, let's do it.
What's the deal with it? I don't know Run the Jewels.
They're great.
Yeah? What?
love
Give me
them,
an
It's
yeah.
not even about that. I mean, yeah, it's cool that they're doing
yeah.
it, but it's Wu-Tang's farewell tour.
It's their
that
farewell.
what they're
We'll never
calling it?
see them again.
I don't know if they're calling it that, but if I'm pretty sure they said it'll be their last tour. That's why I want to see it.
I've never seen them, and I have a Wu-Tang tattoo. I love these guys, but
They're not the best live. I'm not going to lie.
no
okay.
rapper to
yeah.
that
All right. I
extent
just
is-
want to
there's
kind of
really-
level, but they're fun. It's nostalgic.
It's fun, yeah. I
Yeah.
saw them live once.
there's very few good live rappers. And,
I agree.
So you kind of just go for the vibe. of it all.
Exactly, and I totally.
I don't love
agree.
it being at the garden, like we talked about last week. While B patiently watched me talk about it. I don't like big concerts. First of all, like it's going to be an expensive ticket.
Yeah,
So if I sit close, I'm into it. But those are probably going to be really expensive tickets. I
they
would
are.
imagine.
They're definitely going to be.
So I don't know if I want to do
Nas,
that.
I went to, and I was high up, and he was at the Garden, and I loved it. Nas crushed it at the
I
Garden.
think Nas does a good live show.
But Nas is like when Nas toured with Wu-Tang, and they both did, when Nas was significantly, his part was much better than Wu-Tang's.
Yeah.
Like he's just great live. He's by himself. There's no distractions.
Yeah.
And,
And he's
and
just
you
even
hear
just
him.
his lyrics and his way he
Yeah,
raps
everything is just clear.
lends itself to.
Yeah.
I saw him at the Beacon. He was
He was
great.
fantastic.
Yeah, I saw him.
The Beacon's one of my favorite venues.
Yeah, I saw the Roots and Nas at the Beacon.
I saw Alice in Chains at the Beacon.
Yeah.
That was a
You see
good
anybody
show.
at the Beacon?
I don't know.
That's like a little more intimate, obviously, because it's smaller. But I
Cool.
just like
Anytime
the
you see the
setup in
Roots,
there.
it's cool because what they do is they play the whole night,
Yeah.
and then the people like Nas came up, and then he just
Oh,
rapped
yeah?
to the
That's
Roots
awesome.
playing their song. Like the
That's
Roots
awesome.
are always
That's
fun
cool.
to see live.
Did Erica Badu come out? Did they do that? If we
think she
don't
was there. No,
worry
yeah.
about me.
No, I don't think they did that track. Yeah,
Does she still ever tour?
I don't know.
Just
She had a
curious.
couple of bangers.
I remember her as she was like a big deal when we were younger.
Yeah, she was.
And then, but like a lot of, some of those older, you hear their names here and there, but like I feel like she.
Tyrone,
Yeah, you got to call on him.
but it called Tyrone.
Hey, wait. But you can't use my phone.
Yeah,
That's the best part. You ever
you know,
that
my-
live version when,
well,
when
that's yeah. Go ahead.
she does that and the crowd just
They
goes
go nuts.
nuts. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I love it. I think that's the only version that was available. Like that wasn't on her album. I think it was.
Is that true?
Yeah, I think it just got released after.
Oh, it was a live performance that got released.
That's like when you listen to it, the crowd is responding like they've never heard this before because like they're waiting for the punch. So like when she says, "And you can't use my phone," that was the first time anybody ever heard that.
Wow, is that true? I
So
didn't know that.
It wasn't. They weren't just like, "Yeah, we love this song." It was like, "Oh, you can't use my phone."
It's an epic performance.
Yeah.
I can't imagine seeing that for the
I wonder
first
if any
time.
woman that was like they got fed up that night and they broke up with their man that night.
Oh,
yeah. You know
somebody
what?
did.
You know what? I'm
Or at least
fucking
the
tired-
next day.
I'm tired of this man.
Yes.
I'm tired of this man.
I would bet several. Women.
Yeah.
Whether it was that night, that song led them to do
Did
it.
you ever
Oh, yeah.
hear? You know, My Morning Jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, they cover that because
Do they?
because in the song she says you're always hanging around with Jim, James,
Oh,
Paul,
yeah?
and Tyrone, and the lead singer of My Morning Jacket's name is Jim James.
Oh.
So he sings because it's his name, but it's great. Like I don't always love. No Scrubs was popular for a while. If you go to a bar, you see a white guy playing a guitar, and he think it was cute to like
Oh,
cover
No
No
Scrubs,
Scrubs.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So that
What was the man's version of that?
No pigeons.
No pigeons.
Was that what it was?
Yeah. That was great.
Do you guys remember 50's first song?
Like his
50 Cent's first
Off the
song. Remember the
mixtape?
first? Remember
off
the
the
first time?
mixtapes, or you talking his first off
The first time you heard him like on Hot 97. Like you remember the first time you heard what song it was?
So here's what I'm going to say about 50. The first time I ever heard 50 was all his mixtapes. Was literally the ones that you'd get at the Chex Cash.
Yeah.
There was that mixtape, and I forget. I feel I would know it if I heard it now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What song are you
So,
referring to as his first?
The How to Rob an Industry.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
How to Rob.
Yeah, How to
Yeah.
Rob.
And when he goes off on everybody and
That was before he got shot, so he sounds different
Yeah.
because he
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
have
when
that
he's
stuff.
young.
Yeah, but I'm always surprised when people talk about because he blew up like years after that came up, and I didn't really know his mixtapes. I knew that single, and then I knew when he blew up.
Because of the Chex Cash and all the what do they call them? The EPs or whatever he dropped, the mixtapes
Yeah.
that he was
Yeah.
dropping. We heard of him way before he blew up. Not that we were like hip to it, but we were listening to 50.
I feel like it
forever.
got around.
We
Like, it
were
got
like,
around
at least in Farmingdale,
early.
we were listening to him early.
Yeah.
And then he blew up, and I started liking him less when he blew up. But now I'm back all in on him.
I had the same trajectory. Like I loved that How to Rob song.
Oh, yeah.
But then when you have like Wankster, I was like, this
Ghetto
isn't for me.
Quran was on those
Yeah.
albums.
But when I go back and listen to it now, I'm like, oh, this was great. Like,
I liked his. I loved his first album.
Yeah,
like
Get
aside
Rich
from
or Die
the
Trying.
yeah, aside from the
what was
other
it? Guess
stuff.
Who's Back? The gray cover with the gun, when hit with the gun.
I think
was
it was
that a
red.
mixtape?
That was one of his mixtapes.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't
Yes,
know any
it
of
was
his mixtapes.
Yeah. But then I kind of fell. But I fell off with rap though
Yeah.
later on. So maybe that was it. But I loved that early 50 Cent. Those mixtapes were fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should check out the mixtapes.
The mixtape. If you could find them,
Yeah, I can find
please
them
let me
somewhere.
know because
Yeah.
I haven't been able to find them forever. I was just looking.
Really?
I
They gotta be
have.
somewhere.
This was one of them.
That's a good one.
Oh,
Yep.
I like this already.
This was on his first mixtape, or one of his first mixtapes. Oh, he was. So
Are you sure
good.
that's not from his first album?
That's called. This is
No,
on the
because I
Guess
never
Who's
heard
Back.
that
That's
before.
not.
I've
I'm
heard
telling
it.
you.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
What
because
is,
that was like one of the early ones I remember.
Yeah. He put some of them songs on his first. Like Many Men was on
Many
his
Men was
mixtape
on
way
it, yeah.
before he put it on
It
that.
sounded a little different from what I remember.
Yeah, they always clean it up. Like
I
they
guess
cleaned
it was-
up Eminem's, Slim Shady
Oh yeah.
EP. And like they kind of put all those songs on there.
I think You're Not Like Me was on his. Yeah, he has the.
Where did you find that? Where are you finding this?
I
You-
went on. I
Napster?
typed in 50 Cent because I was. So I downloaded. What's that? There was an app that you used to be able to get. Let me see if I still have it on here. No, but there was an app that you could get mixtape. It was literally 4 old school mixtapes.
Yeah.
That Piff, I think it was called, or something like
Yeah,
that.
I remember that.
So I
Yeah.
used to do it, and I found them on there, but I don't ever listen to it. So I wasn't really listening to them. So I just started looking at the names of some of the songs on there and just typing them in on iTunes. And I found some of the songs randomly.
Yeah.
They're not on the mixtapes, but there are some songs under his that you could find there.
Yeah, let's check it out.
You would like it.
But his mixtapes, I mean, he was amazing on those things. I love those.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked him. Then I hated him when he blew up a little bit. Not hated him, but I
What are
just.
you looking at over there?
Nothing. I'm checking out the scene. I see you have a hole in the roof.
Well, I just had that light fixed, so now I gotta get another.
Well, I'm not looking at anything. Don't worry about it. I'm just done
You're
with.
gazing over there.
No. I don't know.
Looking at
I
my candles?
I like checking stuff out. You know what I like to do, Ryan? I like to check out my surroundings and see if I can mention it. You know, if there's
Yeah.
anything out of place.
Do crowd work.
Yeah, I
Do
like
crowd
to
work.
do crowd work.
I work in my apartment.
Yep, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I'm not finding anything. Nobody's talking to me today.
Last night I did have I had a fun but embarrassing moment. Not really embarrassing, but it was like an eye opener.
What was it?
So-
What'd you do?
I coached, and my head coach wasn't able to make practice yesterday. This is my 10-year-old team, so I had to run the practice. So we started with a 3-on-3 scrimmage, and I had to play because we had 5 guys. So it was me and 2 guys versus another 3 kids on my team. And I am so out of shape.
Yeah.
Like, bad.
This is an eye-opening moment.
No,
Yeah.
I knew I
Didn't
was
you
out of
just blow
shape.
up your foot trying to jump
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago? So what do you think?
I was wearing
fell
Crocs
coming out
when
of
I
the
did
car.
that.
yeah.
But here's the thing, like I played ball. I remember not too long ago, but like, and listen, I knew I wasn't going to be good, but like, you know, as far as like my cardio,
Yeah.
but like these kids are running around, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
I
of
wish I was
course.
fucking young. They have unlimited energy. I did. I mean, I was still better than them. Like swatting them, I could have scored whenever I wanted, but I was trying to get my guys involved. But I had a lot of fun playing. I wish you guys could have seen me
I
play.
wish I
in
could have
3-on-3.
seen
I could have, yeah.
I was, you know, one kid tried to body me. He's like the big kid on our team, and he's a big boy. And he tried to like back me up, and I just didn't move at fucking all. I'm like, you still got a couple more years.
You got
bro.
power. You have power. That's the one thing.
It's not even that I
there's
have
one thing
power,
I
I'm
can
just
do-
bigger than them.
Yeah.
I
You
can
might
hold
be
my
able to move-
ground.
You might be able to move around. One thing I can do is stand still.
Yeah, he's great at that.
Exactly.
Don't fuck with me there, okay?
Standing in place, I could do
Yeah.
that.
So the other
Yeah,
one of the
pick
other
and
kids
roll
on our team,
all day.
he's always doing these head fakes and all this, and like I stuffed him a couple times, but one he crossed me up, like he got me. Like I saw it coming, and I thought I was going to be quick. And this is the thing I was thinking, like that sucks when you get older is like you could see something develop, know what he's going to do, and like when you're a few years younger, have the ability to stop it. Now you're like, you know it's coming, but you think you're going to just easily stop it, and then you miss,
Blows past
and he
you.
blows right past you.
So you felt like you're out of shape. Have you ever seen video of yourself trying to play, like run?
Yeah, 'cause
I
recently?
don't want to.
You look at it.
I don't want to. There was 4 dads, and I know them well too. So like, you know, they whatever. But like, I was waiting for one of them to be like, "You want a break, or you want me to take
Yeah,
over?"
why- yeah. Why
But
did
they
jump in?
probably wanted to just let me fucking watch me make a mess of myself.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I played baseball over the summer. A friend of mine like rents out a minor league
Yeah.
park, and so I set the drone up. I was taking photos and videos of everybody else, but I was like, oh, I want to take some video of myself. So I put the drone up,
Uh-oh.
and then I took video of myself, one of my at bats, And I got, I think I had a double, whatever. But just like watching me run to second, I was like, oh my God. I was like, and I didn't see it until after. So I was so embarrassed. I'm like, that's what I look like running around. Like, you think you're like, I've never been a good runner, but I'm like, I look like an old man running to second.
That's what I wouldn't even want to see the videotape of me.
And like, I saw my buddy who's a couple years younger than me, but just, a couple, he's 42, whatever. And he's like, in incredible shape. He's running around. I'm like, so it is possible. It's not just because I'm 44.
Oh, yeah. It's not because I'm old. It's
he's in
because I'm
great
out of shape.
I watch him run around. I'm like, this guy, he could be playing minor league ball right now. This guy.
Yeah, and like, listen, I'm not going to sit here and act like I could take, like, there was a couple plays where I got some baskets that I was like, all right, my team needs to score because we got cooked. I put like
from practice.
The two best kids on our team on one team with another good kid, and like I took the two shorter guys. So I was thinking but then I realized like I'm not going to go hard enough to really make up for the other two. Like the other two good kids, like they were just, it is what it is. It was a mismatch constantly.
It was a mismatch.
But I was swatting these kids. Like I felt great. I was like, Dikembe Mutombo was fun. Yeah. One of the kids did tell me I was trash at the end of the game, though. You game's trash.
You said you were trash?
I want to be like, fuck you.
Well, you're trash.
No, but we had a lot of fun.
More ways than one. But I'm playing softball this year, and I think I'm actually not with Chick.
But in a league,
in a league. Yep. It's all set. I paid my money already.
Wow.
And I think on Sunday I might hit the batting cages, or might be nice. I might get out to the park, hit some balls.
Do you guys want to do a batting cage Sunday?
I'm down.
I can't do Sunday because it's the Oscars, and I'm going to try to watch like 3 movies before the Oscars.
Right.
I'm gonna try to
How many have you gotten done?
I have all
There was 50
movies
total.
50 total. Okay, so I probably have 40.
Oh wow. Okay.
3 then.
I'm in like the
50.
20s. I'm not gonna lie. I'm in the 20s.
Yeah, I appreciate you telling the truth.
I mean, I wouldn't lie, but
I know. So yeah, I don't know how deep we want to get into this because but yeah, and I have to watch. I'm watching 3 Sunday morning, and then I haven't watched like the 3 visual. I haven't watched 3 like the visual effects ones, and I'm not watching them. Like the Wolverine one, and then there's like the.
Can
Prometheus
I tell you one thing about the
and then
Wolverine one? I heard that movie is actually great though. I know you may not be into it.
I've just tried to watch those movies. I watched Dune, and I was like,
Awful.
I couldn't be more bored by this shit.
I watched the Dunes. It was better than I remember.
You watched
the first
both of
time.
them?
Because to me, I was like, I can't give a fair judge on the second one if I don't watch the
But
first.
here's the thing. Here was my argument to that. If you're telling me it's one of the best movies of the year, it should stand on its own. You shouldn't have to watch. If a movie is like, but you have to watch this movie first, then it's not.
I think a movie can stand on its own, but it still will be better if you watch the first because you have an understanding of what's. I thought they did a pretty good job telling you what's going on. If you didn't see the first, I just think it's.
I don't think it mattered. Would have mattered to me.
I don't think it would have mattered. After I watched 6 hours of these 2 movies, I was like, I should have just watched the second.
Watch Inside Out 2, which is an animated.
I like that. I watched that too.
Did you watch Wild Robot yet?
Yeah,
was that good?
I liked it.
I liked Wild Robot.
You liked that?
Yeah.
I liked that one. I got to watch Sugar Cane, which is a documentary.
That's on Hulu.
And then Seed of the Sacred Fig, which is an international. Oh, then I have to watch A Different Man. You watched A Different Man, right?
I watched A Different Man. I actually watched. I
Did
told
we
you
talk
guys.
about Honora yet?
No.
I told you guys I watched 2. I watched like 5 or 6.
I'm disappointed that we don't have more time because I really wanted to do like, even if it was just you, I don't know how interested you are, but like really do like a full breakdown on all these movies.
Well, that's
I don't want
why
to talk about
I
it
would
too much now.
I would still watch them regardless and go and do that with you.
I'm gonna watch the Oscars. I want to, but
Did you watch Honora yet?
Yeah.
What did you think?
I loved it.
You saw that in theaters early, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, okay. I
saw it before the
absolutely
nominations
love
wrapped
that movie
because everyone said it was gonna. And then last night I watched a bunch of the shorts because I couldn't get to the movie to watch them all. So I liked a lot of the shorts.
I finally watched the Bob Dylan movie. I
you
thought it
think?
was good. I
loved
thought
it, yeah.
Timothy, I can't pronounce his last name. Chalamet was excellent.
Yeah, I thought that was phenomenal. I thought Honora was great. I thought September 5.
I love that movie.
Was like, I don't know why this movie isn't nominated for Best Picture.
What is this one?
What is it nominated for?
Just Best Original Screenplay. And
that stuff to me is confusing. Because
that was a movie.
It was awesome. No,
Yeah.
I loved it. I was waiting for that movie before.
What is it about?
It's about Munich, 1972.
Oh, okay. All right.
But it's strictly from the media's point of view.
Yeah, it's how they handled
Covering
the
it.
covering it. And I was like not super stoked on watching it. I was like, I don't, whatever. But then, literally like 5 minutes into it, I was kind of watching it passively. I was like, all right, I guess I'll watch this. And all of a sudden, I'm like, holy shit, like this is a good movie.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, this is literally better than half of the movies nominated for Best
I
Picture.
could honestly say it should have been in the running. And the
It's
order
ridiculous.
I watched. So Ian Brown, friend of the podcast, big fan, recommended I watch this movie
Yeah.
for like a while. He's been telling me about it. Well, not a while, a few weeks. So I watched it, and it was excellent, and it's not even up for an award. And
Oh, it's up for nothing?
It's up for
Wait,
nothing.
what movie is that?
The Order.
Of The Order.
And it came out this year based on a true story. Like it should be up for something.
Yeah.
Like it's like mind-boggling. So the only reason why I'm even bringing it up is because it bothers me because this year was weak. And like I'm like, how did this not get in there? How is September 5 not up for Best Picture?
Yeah. There's a bunch. I actually want to do that. Ideally, I'd like to watch like a ton more movies that aren't nominated and have a real say this movie is not nominated, but it should be nominated. I don't want to only go by.
We should do. I'll still do this with you, where we almost round up the movies that came out last year and find the best movies that weren't nominated
Yeah.
and do a thing about that.
That wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
Because to me, I also think now I even in my own ranking of movies with Letterboxd and stuff, I have trouble ranking comedies very high because they're comedies. But but it's whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
No, exactly. So,
How high is The Burbs?
Burbs are 5, but that's my all-time favorite movie. It is what it is.
Well, this is what I always have a hard time with rating movies like that. Is are you rating them based on how good they are as like a piece of art, like a film, or how much you enjoy?
You enjoyed it. Exactly. It's tough.
That's the difference. And I feel like with comedies, that bar is automatically set to like, was this a funny movie? Then that's what you're rating it on.
I do agree. Like
I don't-
I agree. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like movies that are like, oh, it was stupid, but it was like I enjoyed watching it. If
And that's
it
a good
wasn't,
movie, right?
no, I don't agree with that. Like I feel like
okay.
if it's a comedy, yeah, then it's just like how much you thought, how funny. You
Oh,
thought
I
it
agree
was.
with that. Yes.
But if it was a movie, it was like, it was like cheesy, but like I enjoyed it. I'm like, well, then that's not a good movie. Then you're getting 2 stars. Like I enjoyed it, but it was a 2-star movie based on
Well, that's kind of how I do it. So for me, like 3 stars is, I watched it, I didn't hate it. Like, and then it starts getting like how much I enjoyed it. But I think horror movies, and I only bring it up because in the Oscars, I think leave out way too many horrors and comedies. I don't think they get any love in the film world. And with all the shit that's out there, it's mind-boggling to me.
Well, this year there was like some horror in there.
Couple, but not like Longlegs wasn't in it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about horror.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that was the greatest movie. It was a ton of hype, but
I
like
thought The
to
Substance
me,
was terrible. I thought it was like.
yeah, I
fucking-
thought that was better than The Substance. I thought Don't Speak was better than The Substance.
Yeah.
Like, how were those not? I don't know. I just don't like I don't know how they pick these movies.
Did you like Nosferatu?
I thought Nosferatu was excellent.
He loved it, yeah.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah.
I thought the cinematography is fucking great.
That's
If
my-
it
yeah,
doesn't
there's
win
no-
that, it's a
there's
joke.
no, yeah, but, yeah, it's
What?
crazy. No, it's all make believe. It's bullshit. Like, cause I watched I'm Still Here, which was like nominated for Best Picture and Best Foreign Picture, and also Best Actress. And like that woman was hands down was the best actress of all year. Like there's not even a competition to me. But she
Who's
doesn't
up for
stand
that?
she doesn't stand a chance. Well,
Why doesn't she
everyone's
stand
saying
a
Demi
chance?
Moore is going to win.
That's
And
ridiculous.
then the chick from Anora, and then Wicked, one of the women from Wicked. But if you watch this movie, I'm like, this woman is an actual, like, this is a incredible performance.
Honora, that girl was excellent.
She was great. I think,
was great.
To me, she was like second.
Yeah, I didn't see Wicked yet. Those are the 2 that I will watch before
Yeah.
it is Wicked, which I'm really having
Did you
trouble
watch
doing
Wicked?
it.
I did, yeah.
What'd you think?
I didn't like it, but it's not, it was.
Am I right that Wicked's about the Wicked Witch of the
Yeah,
West,
yeah.
how she became the Wicked?
yeah.
And it's technically like the nice chick was the bad girl,
a
right?
nice chick, yeah.
Yeah, nice
Yeah.
witch.
Yeah, that's not for me. I was never going to like it.
Does that change the whole thought behind Wizard of Oz in the
Yeah,
sense
that's
that
what the people, like old Wizard of Oz lovers didn't like the idea of that because like, well, you're like we love the movie. You don't ruin the movie for us
Yeah.
by rewriting it. But also like, well, it's all make believe. That's make believe, and the witches don't exist, so you can enjoy whatever you want.
I
It
kind of
doesn't
agree
matter.
with that. It would never ruin that for me, but I
Yeah,
was
this
curious.
is this story. And
Was this
is,
story completely made up, or was it already written before? Like, was
No, it was
they
made up, yeah, it
Oh,
was- yeah,
okay.
some
I
guy-
thought it was like written. This
no,
way.
True story?
Yeah, they're all made
No,
up.
I just mean when it was
Wizard
written.
of
I
Oz
thought they were
was
written
first,
together. Okay.
and this guy it was like somewhat recently. This guy wrote.
I thought this was something that was written before, like, or, they only did the Wizard of Oz part. I don't know.
No. Yeah.
Why is that so funny?
I'm laughing at that. That Mad Dog clip. WFAN Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Chris Russo. There's a great clip of Mike Francesa is talking about this movie. I watched this movie over the weekend. It's this invisible guy. He's got this invisible, and then Mad Dog jumps in. True story. Hilarious.
Seriously asking. Yeah. It was an invisible guy. First one ever.
It was like whatever Ben Affleck did.
Those guys.
True story.
You ever watched a documentary on them? I haven't watched it yet. But
Of course, I'm a
On
big
who?
fan of those guys.
There's a documentary about like
30 for 30.
Yeah. Mike and the Mad Dog.
Oh, it's excellent.
Yeah,
They were the best people on radio. Period, hands down. No
That was the
matter-
pinnacle of sports radio.
whether you want to hate them or love them, they were the
I think
fucking.
a lot of people hated him, but they still listened.
But it was love. It was you hate watched them.
Yeah.
Nothing will ever be the same. As
It isn't.
like
In my opinion, I've stopped listening since he's been off the radio. I don't even listen to sports talk radio
Yeah.
anymore. I don't like anybody, and now I feel like people are either trying to be like him. Like, I don't know.
it was also a different time when we didn't have 24-hour sports in our face all the time. Like we have everything.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
breaking news, like you really heard it on there, and you really wanted to hear. It was like hearing their opinion for the first time you heard any opinion. You know, unless you read
But
it in the
now
newspaper.
athletes are so well versed with talking about
yeah.
the sport that a lot of people are like, do I only hear this schmuck who's never got picked, or do I only hear a guy that's actually been in the game? talk
Right.
about it?
I think that's why a lot of ex-players are now doing very well with their podcasts
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever it is talking about it.
You find
because
your
people
favorite player talking
find your
about the
player,
sport.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I'd rather listen to them than
And a
some
lot of them are
fucking-
very good. A lot of them,
Yeah.
some of them are unlistenable.
Yeah.
But there's some really good ones out there that I enjoy.
You know who I love? Cameron and Mace. I
Yeah.
think they're hysterical.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
And they're
And it's mostly a sports
it is
show, right?
They both played basketball. I didn't know that. I knew
Cameron was a
Cameron
great-
played, but
yeah.
I think Mace played with. They were on the same high school team or some shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they both have a basketball background. But that show is fucking great. They're great.
I've seen
together.
clips of that. Now, that's primarily a sports? Like, do they have
Yeah,
guests
it's-
on?
Yeah.
They had OJ on.
They did have OJ, and they
They
kept
did,
on.
that's okay.
What did he call them? That they got? They called him someone. One
Something
of them.
about killer. He called it something about killer. He's-
Something. Yeah. They
He's just like, say, yeah, but is that, yeah.
Killer Cam?
There's something about killer.
Yeah, and he didn't like. He wasn't thrilled at it.
Oh my god! Wow.
Have you watched any of the documentaries from this year?
I see. I got to get it. I didn't do those yet. I didn't know where they
You don't.
were.
They're terrible.
Any good ones?
No.
Sugarcane was a documentary that I've had on, and the something diaries, basket diaries,
Black Box Diaries.
black box diaries.
Yeah, so Sugar Cane is the one I have left, but I didn't like any of them. To me, because they're all like there's about war or rape, and it's like they're like
Oh, but the Ukrainian war, or
yeah, one of them the Porcelain War is about the
thought so,
Ukrainian War,
okay.
and one of them is about Palestine, and then that's no other land, and it's like this is an important document of the time that's going on. Like you kind of.
It's like
Porcelain,
enough.
Porcelain War, I liked a little bit, but it's like to me, a documentary should still be a little bit entertaining, and there should be some ride that you're on. Like, you should be telling a story.
you should be
and
making. There should be a climax of the documentary,
right,
and
not
it's-
just footage of a war. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I understand why this is important, but like, this is not. This is
Give
something
me a
different.
rise and a fall.
This is something different.
Give
Put
me a
it on-
cliffhanger.
Yeah, right. So it's like to me, documentaries are now for like miniseries on Netflix or. You know,
Not
that's-
enough of those. So if you're gonna put documentaries on, now listen, I'm not saying Netflix has the best, but like, how is the OJ doc and all? I mean, those are 2025, but how is that not going to be up for an award next year? When that was
Yeah,
one of
those
those.
those are the ones
they're
I like.
miniseries, like they're shorts, right?
But
They're like
some of
3
them are
episodes.
2 hours or whatever. I mean, I don't know.
one?
So
Well, it
what
has
is
to have
it?
a
Those.
theatrical release.
That's my point. Is
If,
like
if it's never played in the theater,
I
That-
know, I
that's
know.
out.
It's
I
not
think
eligible.
with
for-
streaming
too
and
bad.
shit like this, I think they need to kind of redo
Listen,
the criteria.
We can all agree, film is dead.
This
dead.
year is not great for movies. I mean, there's
Film
some
is by
movies.
far
There's some
not
movies
dead.
I like a
Dead.
lot, but
When I
They-
have a year of movies that nothing I like, then I'll be like, film is dead.
We're close.
There was plenty of great movies this year.
did you watch September 5? Oh yeah, you asking about. Yeah, I would
No,
I would
no,
recommend that movie.
So
I'll
to me,
watch
like
that.
if
It's free,
you
too.
liked like like it put me in mind of, like the '70s movies, but it was
Okay.
just like
72.
taking a Pelham 1 through 3, All the President's Men, The Conversation, like these movies that are like
It
they're,
was
they're,
like
they're
the
about,
President's
they're,
Men.
They're
That
about
was a good.
they're
that's a-
about an event, and it's like these guys, these working men dealing with it, like suits, sweaty.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
a true story. And these guys were literally across from it, and they managed to do it. And I thought it was a very tasteful way where
Yeah.
they're not getting people off on just showing them killing people and
Yeah.
all like the bullshit part of it. That's been
Anybody
done.
big that I would know in this?
No.
A Skarsgård. One
Oh,
of the
so yeah, one of
Peter
the Skarsgård.
Yeah, I don't know what
There's going to be
Skarsgård.
faces you recognize, but none of them are like, oh.
I
the
might
girl that was-
recognize a Skarsgård.
Yeah, this guy, he was in something. He's a great actor, but he's interesting to watch.
Is he?
I love September 5. I'm so happy you brought that
The
up.
girl in it was in the movie last year nominated for Best Foreign Film called Teacher's Lounge, and that was one of my favorite movies of last year. So
Teacher's
I don't know if
Lounge.
you-
I
and
think
the-
Oh, I
should
remember
watch
Teacher's
that.
Lounge.
I don't know if you haven't watched that, but she was the girl in that.
Huh.
The-
I didn't even
the-
think
the
about
German
that. Yeah.
speaker, translator.
Have you watched, well, actually, no, why would you? But have you watched Zone of Interest since we watched it that one day?
No,
It's been on HBO, and I've been so tempted to watch it again. But it
Yeah,
was
it'd
the
be
most
interesting.
disturbing movie I've seen without being disturbing, if that
yeah, it
makes
wasn't
any
like
sense.
wasn't like gory or
Yeah,
it
there's no
wasn't-
gore in
yeah.
it. There's no horror. There's no scare.
Eerie.
But just, it was one of like, I don't know if I could watch
Was that the Auschwitz one?
yeah,
Yeah.
Was it Auschwitz or was it? Yeah, it was Auschwitz.
yeah.
I knew it was
So-
a death camp. I
With
just
the
wasn't
train?
sure.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they were just
Yeah.
living on the
Jesus
property,
Christ.
and it was just like them walking through, the
Yeah.
smell of them in the air.
I have
Every year
zero
there's-
interest in going back and reliving that experience.
Did you watch that?
Yes. I watched
I
pretty
know
much
you
all of
watched a
them
lot last year. I
Did you
don't
watch A
remember-
Real Pain this year? It was more
Yes.
like
I
more-
love The Real Pain.
Yeah, me too.
That was the one
So-
with
Kieran.
yeah, I thought
Culkin
Kieran
and
Culkin is excellent.
Jesse Eisenberg. It's funny. It's like I was saying like there's not a lot of good movies this year, but I keep saying movies like, oh, I actually like that, like The Brutalist. When I walked out of Brutalist, I was like, I don't know if I like that, but the further I,
I
get
can't
from it,
wait to watch that.
the
That's what
further I
I'm
get from it,
watching
I'm like, I think I
Saturday.
like that movie a lot, and I'm actually. It's crazy. I'm gonna sit down and rewatch a 3.5 hour movie, but I want to rewatch
You
that
want to
movie.
rewatch that?
I will be watching
Yeah.
that, Sing Sing, and probably Wicked this weekend.
Sing Sing I want to watch.
I
You don't
thought
wanna see
Sing
that?
Sing's supposed to be good. I mean, they're all supposed to be good.
I
but-
like
corny.
that. I like that actor.
Me too. I like that actor a lot, but it was a little corny.
Now, one thing I
You
want
saw
to
it.
bring up,
Yeah.
not Oscar related. Did you guys watch the Gabby Petito
Yes.
doc?
No.
I thought it was excellent. I thought
It was
well
excellent. I
Well, then
really
we-
was hoping
this
that we
is
could
what I'm
get into
talking
it
about.
with you.
done. Can we get like an award show for those things?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Streaming services are at a disadvantage in
But
the
that's
sense
but the
that
Emmys aren't they nominated? Aren't
that
they?
the
Aren't they?
Emmys?
Aren't
no,
they?
those aren't up for any. Are they?
Yeah, they must be. They must
The
be. There's
Emmys
like
are
short.
bullshit.
Must be like short series and
The Golden Globes or that? What's Golden
They-
Globes? Movies and TV, right?
yeah. They definitely need. If there isn't a category for like short,
Yeah.
They should do
like
best
miniseries,
yeah,
docu-series.
Add 2 awards to the Oscars for streaming services.
Yeah.
Fucking docu-series and
Best
miniseries.
streaming docu-series.
Yeah.
Why can't we do that? Because it doesn't get a theatrical release?
Never for Oscars. If it's not a movie, it should never be in the Oscars. So it
Okay,
All right,
sorry.
fair
So not the
enough.
Oscars.
Yeah.
Not the Oscars.
and it's they're like things that are on Netflix. They'll put in a theater just so they're eligible.
They should.
They do that. Like if it's on Netflix, they're like, well, we gotta air it in so many theaters,
Yeah.
so it's
no,
eligible.
I
so
I
that's
think
what
they should. That's
know,
what they
like,
do have some that
Netflix-
are like in-home releases because they do it in the theater, but they
Yeah.
also release
the
it at home.
Netflix movies have won Oscars because they show
What
them in a
has?
theater.
Oh yeah, there has been a couple.
Yeah, and
You're
Apple
right.
TV won
Yeah.
one. So
I was gonna say Apple TV does that. I think Amazon's starting to do it.
Wait,
now,
what are they
too.
doing? I'm sorry. I
They
checked that.
release like it's called an it's a theatrical in-home release.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
So they release them in the theater and in home,
Yeah.
but it's like $25.
$25.
But listen, if you were to go to that movie in the theater, you're gonna
Yeah.
spend between. Let's say you went with you and your wife,
You would have, yeah.
$40.
I don't bring
As
my
oppo-
wife to any movie, but if I'm gonna spend $25, I'd rather go to the theater because I like the experience of the theater. I like the popcorn and I like Raisinets.
it is nice. I like
You
the
could
theater.
bring Raisinets to your house.
Not the
and
same.
You could do all of that.
Not
the
the same.
theater is nice.
I
It's
love
just,
a theater
it's,
movie.
it's just it puts me there.
I agree with you.
you know,
I love the vibe of a movie.
there's too
theater.
it's too easy for me to start strumming the banjo when I'm watching something at home.
Yeah, you really got to be locked in.
Yeah, that is the difference. The focus on the movie
Focus.
theater.
I need focus, man. I need to be locked. I need to be forced.
Yeah.
Because I could be heavy into a movie, and then one thing happens at my house, and it's like.
Phone goes off. There's no,
Yeah.
there's no social.
But I could rewind. I will say that you can
Pause.
rewind.
You could, but it
breaks it up.
It
Like,
does.
even September 5, I felt bad because I did break it up a little bit. And I was like, this is a movie that deserves to be sat down and watched
I
from
thought,
beginning to end.
and like the end, I thought they were gonna make a big deal out of how it ended, and they didn't. Like
Yeah.
with the actual whatever. Like I thought that was excellent how they did that
Right.
from far,
Loved it.
because
Yeah.
they literally just showed you the media's perspective of it from where they were and how they dealt with it.
Yeah.
Nothing more.
Yeah. But I want to get to this video of you on
Oh yeah.
this
My-
answer show.
I'm doing other podcasts now.
Yeah, I saw you sent us by accident, mind you. You
I
sent
did.
us. You missed.
I was in a group
Texted.
text with other people that I know listen to this podcast. Now I also want to get to. We will play this, but I also want to get to. So you stopped listening to Corielli's podcast,
Yeah.
and you also said that you drove past his house.
I did.
So we need to get into that.
Yeah.
That's primarily why I wanted to play
Talk
this
about
video.
this?
Aside from the fact that I probably look.
What are we doing first?
We'll play the video.
Now I really want to know what Ryan was doing.
No, we'll play the video. I'm definitely a little
What is
nervous.
she from? She looks familiar.
That's Tammy Pescatelli.
She's been a comic forever. She said that joke that was like, "I'm so Italian. I called my father and I told him that I get a TV show. I said, Pop, I shot a pilot. And he goes, hey, don't say that on the phone. You know?
I like you making fun of Italians.
Hey, don't say that on the phone. I shot a pilot.
That's a funny
Hey,
joke.
Pop, I shot a pilot. Hey, what are you doing? Yeah.
Now, I haven't been able to watch this, so it just might be boring. And if it is, just feel free to cut it off whenever you
Fucking
want.
9 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's
So
why.
listen, let's see. Wait, kids, do we have anyone calling in that wants to ask a question or anything? If we do, let me know
Yeah.
and we'll get to that.
We
What's
got
that?
some callers. We got some
All right,
callers.
who do we got? Let's take a few calls. What do we got?
gonna bring it-
Especially if
got a
anyone's
couple-
got some questions for
me?
Tammy, too.
We got Brendan coming in.
All right.
Look
yes,
at this
guys, we'll-
motherfucker.
that's-
Look
we
at
gotta
you.
stop.
You
Yeah.
always look like
It's
that.
What's
nice.
up, guys?
How you
always
doing,
look-
B? How's it?
First of all, I don't like that you look better on here than when you do a Zoom with us.
He does look better.
Yeah, like he. Like
I
you
don't know
did-
why
like
that
you,
is.
You lit it more. Or was this during the day? Maybe.
No, it was a Tuesday night.
You put more work into this than you do.
I
on
just
Zooms.
love
I
seeing
swear
B.
to God, it's the same routine. I put on YouTube white screen, and that's all I do.
Whenever
good
he
move.
looks
I
at
like
it, he's
that.
always looking around.
You know what I think? Yeah, his first thing. Well, that's the way you look. Yeah, that's how I look. Now I want to say something. Maybe it's because the legendary DJ Lou is up there. Maybe you got a lot to live up to with your. Maybe he was editing on the fly. Maybe he made me look good. I don't know.
No, he wasn't.
You think, Brendan?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you,
Could
Pete?
have airbrushed him.
Good, bro. Welcome to Loose Ends. We're you probably heard we got Tammy Pescatelli hanging with us here, and of course DJ Lou. What's up, brother?
Nothing much. Nothing much. Big fan. I've been a long time listener of the cast, so happy to be here.
Oh, bro, thank you, man. We appreciate it.
Dude, I'm a comedian myself. You actually did my show on Long Island
Oh my
a
god.
few years ago at a place called Croxley's. It was a bar show. I don't know.
I
If you
remember because my like he's not really my cousin, but like really close growing up. Adam was
Yeah.
part of the show and asked me to come down. I remember that. Yeah.
Adam.
Snare.
So there's another comic.
Yeah.
And he's
he
close
wasn't
friends with
on
him.
the show, but he actually grew up with Pete. So
came in
and now
and
he lives in Florida. He's doing very well for himself. He's a
Pete
comedian.
crushed that show.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
Pete's a great
Oh,
comic.
I know.
Yeah.
I remember
End of your
that.
bar show or something like that.
Yeah. You were
I remember
nice
that.
enough to come by, and then you were cool enough to allow me to come by and do some.
At the
There he
Governor's.
goes.
That's right.
Thank you for that. That
At
was
least
a
you're still
lot of
breaking
fun.
up.
Oh,
God.
shit, that's right, bro.
They
Now
lose
it's coming back to me. You're freezing up
You
now.
there?
What's going on? Bad connection.
You need to get a better connection.
Yeah,
What
broke
happened?
comic.
Did we lose them
that
all
was
together?
Got dropped.
No.
It's weird. He'll be coming back in
Did
a
he come
second.
back?
We'll bring him back in a second. Let's bring Jason
I
on,
fell
and then
off.
as soon as we get Brendan back, he's turning off his
All
stuff. Or actually, no, here,
Yeah, we
Brendan's
got him
popping
so
right
many
back
minutes
on.
over
There you
there.
go. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Yo, my fault. I don't know. I'm one of those guys. I don't know. My computer went down.
But hey, how you doing? Yes, I do remember you now, man. I remember all that stuff going down. So good to see you, brother.
Remembered.
But yeah, great to see you.
So
All
he
right,
says.
here's my question. I was listening to the cast today.
Mm-hmm.
Sebastian's doing the TM, right?
Yes,
How long do you-
transcendental. He's doing transcendental meditation. I can't even pronounce it.
Dude, like 10 years ago, I
Yeah.
tried. Stern was doing it. All these guys were doing it.
Mhm.
So I went to like the local place by me
Yeah.
for like a consultation, and they're like, "All right, so to show up, it's like $3,000 or something ridiculous." And they're like, "You got to bring 6 flowers, 3 fruits, and a handkerchief." It was a crazy, and I just walked out. But now,
So you didn't pay
now
him.
I'm like 10 years later. I'm like, would I be playing like a bar show in Ronkonkoma this weekend if I had stayed with it, or would I have been doing the cellar? You know what I mean?
Oh man, bro, you probably would be playing maybe like Nassau Coliseum. You'd be playing big venues. You'd be a star. You'd be a star.
That's probably the difference.
That was
Yeah.
it. That was it. So,
Well-
like, how long is Sebastian going to stick with this shit?
Well, I don't know, man. I mean, I really don't know. I can't speak on his behalf. If we go by the history of the cast, you know,
no,
there
Pete,
was a
just
period
having a
where
good
he was doing like 5 showers a day. And he was doing
I just
the,
needed something
the
to
ice thing with
bring up.
Rogan, and
Right.
so
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like
Pete, you remember in the early days of the cast where he went away to a retreat to better
Yeah.
yourself and
Yeah,
to
I
you know
remember that.
live a better life or whatever kind of cult that was.
yeah.
So he's
Yeah,
always
yeah.
been seeking. And
He's
searching for
always
this.
Yeah.
he's
He
the last.
star too. Sebastian was the only person who like literally didn't have his 15 minutes and had William Morris wanting to represent him. He's just always been a star. So no
Yeah.
matter what, you know.
Well, in the last cast, he was saying that he's doing the transcendental now, and then he had the comment where he goes, because like the past 15 years, I feel like I've been living in a fog. And in my head, I forgot to say it then, but I was
pretty
like,
much
I
it for me.
wish I could be that successful in a fog.
Fog.
You know?
Yeah, just coasting. He's just coasting.
But I know he wants some clarity. But I don't know. Maybe this will be the thing he sticks to. I definitely am not going to try. Yeah, it's I'm not going to make fun of him for doing it. I just know it's like, I feel like when Seinfeld does it or when Stern does it, the only difference is they don't like. No one's going to bother them. The lifestyle Sebastian lives, I can feel like he's getting ready to do his 3:00 session, and he's got Lon and the kid. Dad, you coming out? Like it's like I don't even know where I would do it. I would have to rent a space just to do it because my wife is like constantly just say when I'm home, Tammy. She just thinks that I'm available for any quick little thing.
Who are you telling? I'm doing laundry in between this podcast. What are you, I what are you talking about?
I'm doing laundry in between this. If you hear a beep, I gotta get up and move it to the fucking dryer, right? No,
Yeah, I mean, come on. Who are you talking to? I
Must
know
be-
exactly.
By the way, this is I'll only
just
for
fully listening to.
I was
never.
I know.
I'm
I know.
genuinely enjoying it.
Our listeners like,
kinda-
wait.
forgot that we were doing a show.
I kind of check out and then
Our listeners like, wait, what am I listening to?
what podcast?
Wait, this is a podcast of a podcast, guys.
Yeah.
I like
this
that.
a podcast?
I
It's
don't
a-
know.
Yeah.
Do you say anything else in this?
No, I think I say thank you for having me. Pretty much.
So you just sit there looking like an idiot?
Well, you know what happened was, I think somebody, I was about to leave, and then somebody called in and had a question for comics, so they threw me on. So, and I had nothing to offer. It was like, have you
Can
ever
we
had to
see
go to the
that?
bathroom
I
on
want to see
stage?
you on
Yeah.
that.
Should we keep going? Should I skip ahead? I'm
live
fine
TV
watching
show,
this.
okay, it's like
Oh,
the
this
same
is live
category as
TV.
Saturday
Sorry,
Night
part-
Live.
Skedaddle a little.
Huh?
Move a little ahead.
A little ahead. All right.
Wait, listen, we got a lot of places to go. I'd love for you. Please don't hang out with us if you like. Can you, or you got to go do?
Yeah,
laundry,
I
or-
mean, unless as soon as the laundry's done, I'm
Talking to you,
out. But
oh,
that's
shit.
Yeah, no, we'll be. Listen, we got a few things
I'm
to get
good.
into. One being our songs, cans. Let me talk to you for a sec here. We probably got to take a call or more too.
I like that. It's
Brendan,
so
do you have
bad.
anything else you want to add, bro? Or just
No,
wanna say
no.
hello?
I appreciate you having me on. Love
Of
you guys.
course.
Thanks a lot.
Well,
Good
while
luck with your
Brendan's here,
career.
wait 1 second. While Brendan's here, I got one question. We had someone DM me and they want to know, and just more indignities for comics. They want to know, have you guys ever had to go number 2 during a set, and how did you get out of that situation?
Not even responding to that. I've never.
well.
done
I'll tell
anything
you,
in my life
I
that-
called the halftime. I
Really?
was really sick. I had the flu. I was playing a college. It's probably in the late 90s. And I was really, sick, flu, all the things that come with it. But again, you can't call in sick. No one's going to pick up your shift. And even if you find someone, then you don't get paid. How am I going to? So I just was like, hey guys, this is part of the show where I like to call it halftime or take a little intermission. Come back.
So,
I would love to be there for that.
That's what
and
happened.
like, so were you like, I better hurry up when you were like doing it? Or were you just like, you know?
It's like, well, the worst part is it's not like there was a private bathroom, so other girls came in.
Oh my god.
What are you gonna do? You gotta do what you
Well,
gotta do.
the only thing I ever did close to that is very funny. But I was sick too. Like I had food poisoning once from eating a egg sandwich from Starbucks. I left sitting out on my hotel without putting it in the fridge, and then I got sick. San Jose Improv.
Yes.
And I was throwing up before I went up. The guy, remember that guy who was he's like Iranian. He was such an awesomely nice man. Jesus, what was it? Began with an H. But anyway. He's like, just try and do 20 minutes so I can at least have you get, paid because you did the show. So I brought up a bucket. I thought it'd be funny. I'm in the crowd. I'm like, I got sick. I might need this. And like, I thought they'd think that was funny. I don't know why I thought they would think that was funny. And then the whole fucking time I'm up there, they're like, "Guy, please don't puke." So it's a nightmare, man. But knock on wood, not too often has like, I've been sick when I had a show or, so we all get kind of lucky.
Yeah.
But Brendan, hope to run into you again down the line, my man.
Definitely appreciate it. I'll see you guys.
All right, keep crushing it with a stand-up.
Were you gonna make up something?
No, I
was
wanted
waiting
to.
for you to be like, give you a little anecdote about.
That's what I thought. You gotta chime in there.
15. I do 15-minute sets. These guys are doing an hour. Like I don't have bathroom issues.
That
but
would be the funny thing to say.
That's what you say.
here's the thing.
It's easy afterwards. to
I
get-
wanted to. Early on, I kind of just I had a question. I was like, I went into it. I always wanted to like call in, and I finally had a question that I could ask because I had experienced this transcendental meditation thing, and I just wanted to get in and get out.
Yeah.
So like I didn't like. I
You
was
got
like,
in. They didn't let you out right away.
but they didn't let me out. And then you can see my face when he's like, "All right, wait, hold on, don't have him leave yet."
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I just wanted to leave.
I think it would have been really funny if you would have said, I do mostly 50-minute sets, so if I got to shit me in a 15-minute set, something's really wrong.
Yeah.
Like, if I can't go 15 minutes without.
And after I was done, I was like, I could have said that, but it was just.
Yeah.
I also. I wasn't comfortable interrupting into, you know what I mean? It's
I would have probably interrupted him on that. I'm like,
I'm jealous. I think, I just even watch that. I'm like, yeah, I do miss I enjoyed their show. I'm like, maybe I could get in on it.
I enjoyed that 5
But
minutes.
the idea of I want to do that though. I want to call them on Zoom.
That's the Patreon.
Yeah.
We just gave away their Patreon, but it's a short clip.
Hey, it's a short clip, and I feel like we're promoting their
Yeah.
Patreon. Like,
Check out the
Yeah,
Loose
they
Ends.
can't see it without it.
It's called the Loose Ends on Patreon.
Yeah, well, the
Pete
show
and Sebastian
itself is the
You're
Pete, and
terrible at
the
plugging.
Pete and Sebastian show.
Right.
So if somebody's like, go check out that show first.
I recommend that show.
Yeah. I do too. Like I said, I stopped listening to it, but I thought it was funny. I thought it was one of my favorite.
You could hang your hat that he remembered you
Yeah, that was nice.
because he said the second thing before you said it, so he genuinely
He
remembered
did.
it.
He emailed me about governors.
Yeah, he said the governor's thing first. Like,
So and we had I remember governors being like a nice. I think he thought I did really well. Like I remember him telling the owner, like the owner was talking during my set, and somebody else was like, he was like, "Yo, he's killing up there. Are you hearing this?" Which was like really
Still
nice.
don't book you.
No, but also that was right before. That was literally 2020. Like pandemic was just about to hit,
The timing.
and so it was like bad timing. I did do.
you imagine you got a break right before the pandemic just lost it.
Well, it
because
kind of
that
felt
would have
that way over there, but if I did get a couple of the Thursday night come down and got to go on, which that I don't even go hang out over there.
Once you hit that though, they would just
I
that
know,
just keeps going.
but
then the pandemic.
The pandemic
so, yeah,
happened.
it was bad
So
timing.
it was just terrible timing with that. Where like, what are you gonna do? I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was. I'm almost embarrassed to like show people that I called up like a show like this, and I did, and I'm like I dropped the I'm a comedian, which I barely am to these people, But I
love
also,
that's what you said. I'm a comedian and you are on one of my shows.
because I wanted to let him know we have some history without a way.
Absolutely.
When you
no,
know
I would have
somebody,
did the same.
you also you don't want to like be like, do you remember me? Like
Yeah.
you know, you got to kind of
Always lead with
awareness.
assuming they don't remember you. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
There's a local comic. I've met him 30 times. Like I've done shows with him. I started like he was around. Every single time I met him, he acted like he didn't know who I was. And I was like, either you don't know who I am and you're an absolute asshole, or there's some power move where you think it's like it's fun to be like
Beneath him.
oh, it's good to meet you. I'm like, dude, I've met you 30 times.
Is he still around?
Yeah, I've seen him on flyers and stuff, right? An old guy. So yeah. The doctor. He's a doctor.
All right.
Fuck him.
Stop.
Yeah, we know a fake doctor too.
Yeah, we don't need to get into this because I got in.
Because you what?
Nothing. I don't want to.
Because he knows that I hate our fake doctor friend.
Okay. Well, we don't have to talk about it.
No, that's not.
Oh,
I didn't even
I
realize
thought you
that.
didn't want me to say.
All right.
anything.
Well, let's move on. And
Chick's sitting back up again.
there he is. But yeah, so you used to listen. Now I need to hear because I sent you guys this. You said you used to drive past his house.
I didn't used to drive past his house.
Or you did at one point?
I remember listening to the podcast. He'd always talk about the town that he lived in, and he'd talk about his house.
Yeah.
And he would give hints away, like where it was. It was like by a university in Fredonia, upstate. And it was like a lot of kids would like cut across his property. I knew what kind of car he drive because we always talked about the Tahoe and the Subaru.
Right.
So I'm like, I know both cars. He talks about them a lot. Big porch. Like he described his house. So I'm like, I feel like I know. So almost as like, I wonder if I can find this guy's house based on the information I have.
Without any like looking up the address.
I didn't look up the address.
Because I think his address is probably available because I know people send him stuff.
And this is why celebrities have security.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's way up there. It's like by
It's like near Buffalo, right?
Great Lake. Like not far. Not
Not
far.
far.
So I was up there when I went to go see when I went to go to the Comedy Museum. It's not far from there.
Oh, Jamestown. Yeah.
And then we took a drive up to go to was it Lake Erie or something like that? I don't know. It's like on the New York border. So I'm like, oh, Fredonia's right there. I'm like, oh, and I like checking out different towns. So I'm like, I just wanted to see what Fredonia looked like. And then I'm like, I wonder if I can find his house. So it was around Halloween. So I'm driving. I found the university, and then I found I looked on the map first, and to see like where from the university, like where's a big house, because I knew we had a big house. So I'm like, I bet that's it right there. So we drove past it, and I saw a Tahoe in the driveway, black Tahoe, no Subaru, and then I'm like, that's his house, like So I didn't get confirmation that it was his house, but I feel like
sure
there's
it
a lot
was,
of stuff going on.
Jeez. What's the town of Fredonia like?
Kind of a throwback, kind of like a '90s throwback. Even the place we ended up eating in Fredonia, and it was like a place set back like you'd expect to see back in the '90s, like no frills, like a bar. And
those upstate towns sort of have that old,
but cute.
Yeah,
it was nice, and it's like nice area, but yeah.
And the house, was it nice?
Beautiful house. Yeah,
Could you tell
gorgeous.
like, oh, this guy does something? Or like
you
did
would
it
have thought,
stick out among the other houses?
Kind of. Yeah. Yeah. Should I call and tell him that?
Yes.
Should I call that podcast and say that I did that?
Mm-hmm.
I do want you to say that and see what he says.
Yeah. He would not like that.
He won't.
Like,
He's gonna be like, you fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
I don't know how he'd react. It's not like you went to his
I feel like
door.
he'd be better with it. The fact that I'm calling to tell, like he likes people. I feel like he would like somebody to call and told him that.
I don't
Has this
know.
knocked on his door?
If you just like found out, like,
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like this guy drove. You drive past my house, but if it's like
That's
funny.
it,
It's like it becomes a bit if I tell him that I drove past his house.
I mean, when you put that info out there, though, as a celebrity, you probably expect to have some crazies.
Yeah.
And like
I'm
I
not
said,
saying you're
He's
crazy,
talked
but
about people have found his address. They know his address, and I think there was I don't know if you stopped listening at this point, but there was some kind of letter that was thrown around the town. Somebody did a fake letter, like from the mayor of Fredonia to Pete, that he's no good for the town or something. I forget the
Yeah, I
circumstances.
remember hearing something like that.
But he was freaking out, and it was not real. So I mean, that's worse.
The
than-
creepier part is, I got my camera everywhere I go, so I did take some photos of the house.
Oh my God.
that's the
Yeah.
bad part.
All right, Jesus Christ! Now it's getting a little weird.
But I like to take photos of houses. I take photos.
I like the
sure.
justification.
I do. I take photos of houses that I like. I don't know anybody by. I actually have a separate Instagram account about I like front doors. I'm obsessed
What?
with like front
How
doors.
many
like the
Instagram
foot-
accounts do you have?
Yeah, how many do you have?
There's a lot.
I
right?
honestly, I think I have access to about 7 Instagram accounts.
Holy Christ!
Between like this one, the other 2 shows that I do,
Yeah.
and then I have other accounts. I think I have like 7
Got a
logins.
door account for doors.
Doors,
This
huh?
one's
Yeah.
my
How
doors.
does that
It's,
do?
it's
This one's for
called-
my photos.
No, I don't post. I post on it for a while, but it's
Yeah.
all like I like colorful doors, different shaped doors.
I like a colorful door.
Yeah, so I did that. It's called Explorer the Dora.
That's funny. I like that.
Laura,
Yeah.
Dora.
So I do be driving around taking pictures.
Yeah,
pictures
yeah.
of
So it's
people's-
not out of the
That name
ordinary.
is fucking priceless.
You should.
I've gotten caught. Like I've been outside people's houses, like with my car. I'll just sitting there, like thinking they walk in that.
It's for Explorer the
they walk out
Dora.
the door. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Now, do you do it? Do you get outside of the car, or do you do
I
it?
usually do it from the driver's seat of my car.
Like
I'll position myself from the driver's seat of my car.
It
Like you're,
looks
yeah.
less suspicious if you're out the car than in
It
the
does.
car.
Yeah, in the car, you kind of look like you're a PI or
It's
something.
like you are hiding. Like
Yeah, you're
like-
hiding. If you're out, it's like, listen, this is. I know it seems weird, but
Yeah.
this is what I do.
I've a couple people have come up to me after and been like, because I was outside the house with one guy's house. It was dark, and I love this house. I had a tripod set up in front of his house. I was shooting, and he came out. And he was super nice about it. I ended up sending the photo, and he's like, "This is incredible. I love this. This is the best picture of my house I ever saw." I'm like, a lot of people don't go around taking pictures of your house, so I would imagine.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what though? I would always, if I did get caught, I probably wouldn't be like, I like front doors. I would be like, I'm looking into buying a house, and I saw yours, and I want to use this as a.
That's a good excuse. If you need a quick excuse,
Like a quick
Yeah.
excuse. I want to use this
I
as
would
like
say
a template.
I would just say I like your front. Like I like front doors.
Yeah.
I wanted it if you want to see
Here's my IG,
Yeah.
Explorer the Adora.
explore the door.
Explore the door.
Yeah.
I want that account to become like famous with that name. Like
Yeah,
that,
you know-
that deserves.
There's so many accounts I thought, like maybe this will, like this is like a niche enough thing to catch on, and I could have, if I would have put work into it, I just posted photos and hoped they would just magically find people.
Yeah.
So you gotta interact. I didn't do that.
Yeah, the whole interact.
And then I want to start another account. Actually, I've been thinking about called something about. I was like almost photogenic, like because there's so much shit I see during the day, and think areas of the night building it looks nice, but there's always like a wire in front of it or a pole in front of it. So I want to collect photos of things that were almost nice, but something is in the way of that photo for being nice. Again, nobody will care about that. I got a ton of accounts that nobody gives a fuck about.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah. We're at that age, we could go for a little bit longer, but
Or we could not have struggle for.
yeah.
I have a bunch, but we'll save it for next week.
Yeah. Again, I'm bummed that I was going to text you guys. I'm like, do you want to make this just like a movie episode about movies? And we can tell the listeners, hey, if you're not interested in listening to movies, this isn't the episode for you. Just skip and go to next week.
Yeah.
Just to be able to talk about it. But
I would
What are you
still
gonna do?
like to talk about them.
even after the Oscars?
Yeah, I don't give a shit if
So
they
we'll do a
happen.
bonus. We'll do a movie
A bonus
episode
after. That's
yeah.
fine with me.
How about a Patreon?
Because I did watch some shit that I didn't want to watch, so I kind of want to make it for
I
a
know.
point.
I like doing this, but I also would like to turn it into something. So
That's what I was telling B on the way here. I said this year I'll let him off the hook because it was a short year.
Let me off the hook.
yeah.
well, you
So it'd
didn't
be good.
watch any. At least I put in half.
I actually, the more you said it, I watched like 6 or 7.
And it would be good to have the information of who won, so we can kind of
Yeah, that's why I don't mind doing a
we
post.
can go
one
back and be
and
like,
this
I
was
disagree with
bullshit.
this.
Here was
Yeah.
my thing. It was short. I didn't love all the movies, and I felt like a month and a half ago you were like, I'm kind of not into these. You were like,
Yeah.
It sounds like we were all kind of on the page, like this is just not great. And I was already checking out. And then I did it last year and it was great, but the payoff was for nothing.
Yeah.
That's because
wasn't
we
great.
messed
So
up.
it was
the
like,
payoff.
all right, what am I doing this for?
A watch along isn't the way to do it.
It's got to be an advanced thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might make some just videos of myself talking about each category
do
and
what
stuff
you
like
gotta
that
do.
and post it. But,
That's good.
Nobody, again. Nobody cares.
If you made it this far,
We appreciate you and we love you.
yes, we do.
Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye.